stopping off at the bait stop. Getting serious today, so I'm going to do a little bit of pre-chumming even for these pinfish. And then I'm going to throw the 7-foot net on it. Hopefully I can get a bunch, and then I can get right to fishing. Alright, throwing into the wind, or against the wind. Oh, don't get stuck on rocks. Looks like we might have got a few. Yep, looks like a good load. That's what we wanted, one and done. These are perfect size. I should actually keep these alive, but I'm still gonna do quick and simple today. And then if I do a target just strictly big fish, then I'll go like this size and just get a bucket and keep them live. And you'll definitely catch more with live bait than cut bait, but we'll keep it simple for this trip. There we go. Okay, we're here, we're all set up. This is the repeat of the ending of my last Keys Bridge fishing, so we're on saddle bunch number 5, or channel number 5, and I'm in the one single hole here. Got my rigs all set up. I brought my better rods and reels, and then the heavy duty tarpon rod, more bait, cast netted some pinfish, and just waiting a bit for the tide to change. We're right in the middle of slack tide, or ending of the one tide and beginning of the nether one, so just got to wait it out a bit until it turns and then starts going that way. Right now it's going inland or out to the Atlantic. We want it to go to the Gulf, so stuff is flushing that way to this hole here. So we'll give it a few minutes and then start trying it out. Kind of on slack tide, but you can kind of see they are ready to feed. Nice ones there. I'm going to throw one on the knocker rig. Just on the bottom. See if I can pick up a larger one before everything gets too crazy with the chum. salty little fuckers. Good one. This guy up. Ugh. That's better. That's kind of getting better. Sharky! Sharky! Come get it, Sharky! Look at the size of these pinfish. Man, that's a monster. There's a better one. Gotta watch out for them sharks. On the right side. Ugh. There we go. Those are the nice eater ones. Still kind of waiting for the tide to turn so I could drop a little chum and cloud up the water and get them really fired up, but just picking away at these guys. Ah, he was hooked good. You're not getting off. But look at that, nice guys there. Out for the shark. The chum bag down, and this will get them fired up. I'm getting the tide is starting to turn, so it's heading the right direction. This will make them a lot less skittish about grabbing stuff, and then while I drift baits back, it'll be a lot easier. Now we're getting there. This is a big boy. Now we're moving on up. Bam! And lift him up. Oh. Now they are feeding. These guys are getting so fat from eating all my chum. Alright, I think this is my last one for this bridge. They're being pretty wary. I'm getting tired of looking at those big ones giving me the finger. I mean, these are all nice, good eater size, but they're full of chum, so they're fat. But I want to move on up the keys here and see if I can get anything bigger. So we're gonna get cleaned up here and move on out. All right, we're gonna move up to the next bridge. The takeaway so far, I need to bring a bucket with a rope so I can get water up to the top, help keep things clean. And also, I probably should have waited before I started fishing and just catching a bunch of littles and mediums, because as soon as you start catching them, the big ones just shut down right away and get really spooky. Whereas if I waited until that tide started moving and then dropped the chum, got them really going, and then I might have had a better shot at picking out a couple of the really big ones, or come back at nighttime. Nighttime's probably the best deal, but anyways, so far that is the stuff I need to work on. Okay, this is saddle bunch number 4. No fishing from bridge. I think they made that bridge, not this bridge. Well, we're gonna check it out first. This is only about 100 yards. If that, you can see the bridge there from the last spot, the number 5. So we'll see what we see. Nah, it's all pretty flat on both sides. There's no real channel that goes through. I mean, it doesn't mean there's not fish there, and it probably means that most people overlook it, which would make it a good spot, but it is actually very thin over there. There's a channel that runs along the edge on the outside of this mangroves that would probably be decent, and the fish just go in and out of there, but not looking so hot for me. So I think I'll move on up and keep on heading out. Okay, this is saddle bunch number 3. Let's check it out. Well, this is pretty much just the same as the other one. It's just all flat, very sandy, just flat. And then underneath the bridge itself, there's a little bit of a trough that just runs right underneath it, but not a lot. I'm sure, I mean, you can probably catch stuff in there, but it's even then, it's not real deep. I'm sure I can chum them up and get a decent amount in it underneath there, but not looking like it's going to hold a lot of big ones. So we'll keep moving on. Well, this is saddle bunch number 2. Pretty much the same as the last other 2. Shallow right underneath here. Little trench right underneath the new bridge. These are all just real super flats, 1 foot or less. I'm sure there's little cuts underneath here. It's going to be holding fish, but just not to the capacities that's worth putting a lot of effort into. But there's definitely going to be some lunkers in here because it doesn't get fished very much. You can also tell because there's no line on the wire that people don't fish this very often. But it's because it's so flat, but that's a good indication if it's a very popular place, is if there's fishing line hanging all over the stuff. A lot of people use it. This is the lower Sugarloaf channel. They have it fenced off so you can't even get to the walking bridge. Kind of sucks. But as you've been seeing in the, this is probably has some decent channels in it too. Yeah, this side's all locked up as well. But as I mentioned before, the lower keys don't have the nice bridges like the middle keys. So a lot of them, all these areas around it are just real super flats. So it's hard to find any channels that run through them. None of these have any boater channels, so that's how thin they are. But up past this Sugarloaf here, there's a couple that I want to try, and then I'm going to probably head back to Key West and then hit one of the bridges back there that I've already done, and save these upper ones for another day because it's already getting close to 6. This is Harris Gap Channel. Check it out. This is one of my old shrimping channels. This is a boater's channel, so it's going to be a bit deeper. If I was going to live under a bridge, this is the one that I would choose. So pretty deep here, got some good flow. Be good if I could get the chum bag out and hang it right off of there. Looks like it's got an eddy going here, so we'll give this a shot. It's wind against current here a little bit here, but we'll give it a shot. This will be a little different. There's no walking side of it, so I'll have to fish from underneath here. Yeah, this is a real nice deep channel here. It's a man-made channel, so it's, like I said, a boater's channel, so it's really cut. And then look, it's got all these pavers all the way down. That's probably 15 plus foot down the middle there, so fish will either stay on the front corner or the bottom end of it. So we'll try both spots separately. Try that corner because there's a bit of an eddy current there. try that corner out in here and just kind of probably maybe throw some DOAs out there. But we'll give that a shot. These are the last two. There's one here, one more down, maybe even a third one, but all real close, short, narrow channels like this that I just want to try. And then that'll be as far as I go today. There we go. There we go. First fish in the lower Sugarloaf Bridge. And a little snapper. Not a bad snapper. So there's a few snappers around. All right, we're gonna chum them up a little bit. And then I'm also gonna throw the DOA shrimp on this rod. I'm gonna try to drift some baits and see if that really helps at all. All right, I'm gonna switch to a DOA. I'm just catching a lot of little dinks here. I'm pretty sure if I use bait with the current going in towards the mangroves, I'd be doing really well, but since it's opening, flowing out to open, there's not too much there. However, a lot of times you'll see some nice fish just kind of laying out, waiting for any shrimp to come out. But actually the shrimp would be coming from the opposite way, but maybe they won't know that. So we're gonna switch over to a nice little DOA. I think it's the 3-inch model, or maybe the 4-inch model, and do a little casting and see what we can pull up. Not so impressed. I think the opposite tide is the key for this spot here. But it's a deep channel, boating channel, looks good. Just got a lot of nibbles and small things chewing away at the lure and the bait, so not the school that I would be looking for. So we're gonna move on to the last bridge that I'm gonna hit today, and then I might stop at the Kayak Key bridge up there just for the hell of it, but we'll see how much time I've got left. All right, this is the North Terrace channel. If I remember right, this one's just kind of a sandy side. Barracuda, I see. No bum's gonna kill me. I mean, in the middle it gets some decent traffic, but you can't fish it because you can't fish off the bridge. Or I wouldn't risk me getting stuck up there because there's no walkway. Oh well. Yeah, this is what I remember. Just can't quite get out in that spot there. Alright. Well, that is as far as I'm going to go today. So I made it, this is basically Sugarloaf, so that's a good ending point. And this is Park Channel, so I'll check this one out. This has got an actual fishing bridge on it. So this will make a better ending point. We'll see if I could find a spot to drop a line. And we'll check it out. Well, they've got most of these fishing bridges have these recycling bins for fishing line. You just throw your line in there, and then the general rules: keep the keys beautiful, but they're bike paths and fishing bridges. Check it out. They got it allotted. Wow, this is a nice one. Fishing area, bicycle and walking area. Yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. It's pretty cut, pretty deep. All of these are. I'm going to see if there's a significant channel in the middle. If not, I'll just pick one of these columns and chum off of it. So they definitely got some depth going in here. Yeah, these are all pretty good. Almost halfway. Sun's going down, so it's hard to gauge depth, but I can't see if there's any really activity, but that's what the chum is for. It's not necessarily Alright, all of these, and I think it won't make a difference which one I choose. when I put that chum bag out, they're all going to come up to it. So tide's still moving in, which is good. All right, looks good. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and get it all set up. I actually like these first channels right next to the shoreline because it gives them structure off of there, and then they move out, feed, go back. So I like this one here as well. Here's all the fishing you can catch around here. Can't take the bonefish, no Goliath grouper, no Nassau groupers. Well, you can't really take a tarpon either. Yeah, finally got a decent one. Ooh, shit. Taller bridge. Oh, at least there's a few decent ones in there. Stop it. Not gonna bite me. Let go. Not bad. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. This might be a jack. Fighting sideways. Yeah, this is Jack Crevalle. What's he doing in the bridge? Eating my chum. These guys fight definitely harder than a mangrove snapper. Hey, another species. Not a bad one for off the bridge, off the shoreline. Shark bait. Stay out of there. Ah, another nice snapper. Ugh. As the night starts coming, things get easier and nicer. I need my pliers, but getting bigger again. This is a good one. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh! Stay on! Oh, too big! Too big! Oh! Look at that shit! Nice! Nighttime comes, the big boys start coming out. Look at that. Oh shit. Alrighty. Stab me in my toe. Gonna need a bigger hook. Oh, ow. Kicked me in the nards. Look at that. Bam. Oh. There we go. Actually, since I dropped this guy a couple times, and plus he stabbed me in my foot, I'm going to take him home and I'm going to eat him. But yeah, that is the ones that we're wanting and bigger. But as soon as the sun starts going down, those big ones start being more aggressive, and you have a better chance at landing them. Won't even fit in the chest. So that is the one for the day. And I'm starting to up my bait size. I'll do one more, then it's gonna get too dark to film anyways. So let's see what we can do here. Another good one. Another nice one. Stay over there. Come on. And wait for it. And swing them up. Oh! Get them over. Get them over. Now it's just like shooting fish in a barrel. That, another beauty. Whoa, another beauty there. They're just lining up for it now. So, this guy is, this guy's gonna go home with me as well. Maybe I'll do a ceviche for this one and barbecue the other one. Alright, so, man, like I'm always preaching, nighttime is it. Chum, fresh bait, everything else just does it for itself. Man, look at those beauties. Alright, now we're done.